this light skinned don, like just one light skinned don behind me. I didn't really think too much about it. And then
Mm.
A must have been like, raw, that's, she was like, raw, that's. What are you saying?
You on? What were we saying? Back in end.
Nah, back in fam. You know the ones there, fam. I'm not gonna lie. This, it's nuts. You see, Sean, you have to have bread, bro, in this life because you need to be able to travel to where you want, bro,
Yeah,
at any
no.
time.
Word, anytime, any convenience, it's got to be done.
Any convenience, bro. Any convenience. You know, that even leads me on to the story I was gonna tell you, bro. It
So,
even leads me on to the story.
go on, do
Oh,
tell.
Sean, do you know, I was even going to tell you because this happened on Thursday. We didn't record on Friday. It would have been better if we recorded on Friday
Yeah,
because it was fresh. It
yeah, no.
was fresh, man. But Sean, so imagine now, yeah. Turns out, you know, obviously LV, Louis
Mm-hmm.
Vuitton, yeah. Turns
Mm-hmm.
out these man, they just released a new collection in it,
So,
right? And obviously, and yeah, they just released one last week on Thursday.
yeah.
Um,
Extortionate.
and wait, there.
Extortionate. These LV collections.
I
Inelastic.
can't lie. I rate the company though. I do rate the
No,
company, but I rate the red.
rate them. Yeah, no, continue. No,
Now
continue.
word. But anyway, so these men released their new collection. Obviously,
Mm.
they've done their fashion show now. Do you know where they did it? They did it at Park Well, fam. Do you remember we went there?
Where?
That's where they did their runaway in that word. They did it there chilling. So obviously they've done their fashion show now. So
Mm.
obviously what comes after that comes the party.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now Sean, turns out I don't even know if I've told you this before, but you see A's Marge.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the mayor of like a certain
Mm-hmm.
zone in like the Barcelona vicinity, we'll say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, turns out the area that they were going to do that they wanted they did the party was in the area where she's the mayor.
Right.
Okay, and then number two, turns out, Sean, turns out that the let's say the property that they wanted to do the party in,
Mm.
let's just to simplify the thing, let's just say her government owns that property, so they rented it out from her, and
Right.
she's the mayor of the ends.
Okay.
So Sean, what does that mean, bro? What does that mean?
Essentially, it means they're in your backyard.
They're in my backyard, which means
Yeah.
that Sean, I have to be able to go to that party. Is it not?
Word. They're in
So
your.
Sean, so Sean, imagine that because by the way, Sean, we're talking about this is LV, bro. This is
Yeah.
LV's party, bro.
This is what we do.
So obviously now saying that now, Sean, I'm obviously she got invited and she was able to
Mm.
add me to the official list, bro. As in I'm on the list of invitees.
As in, Mr. Mr. Tete.
Yeah, 100%. In fact, Sean, it wasn't even Sean. It wasn't even that, bro. It was
But,
because technically because she's the mayor, technically she's the head of the police. So to get into the motive, it's like police are the ones you have to go through like police in it,
oh,
and
sir.
they already knew her. So by the time we are getting close, they'll say, "Oh, good
Yeah.
evening." Da, 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 da. It wasn't even a case where I didn't have to say anything. I just walked in, fam.
Yeah.
Simple. But imagine now, so Sean, obviously black. You know, black cars, fam.
Yeah.
Black cars, yes.
Backs
Those
out.
Mercs blacked out.
Yeah.
So obviously, and by the way, this motive was literally close to A's yard, by the way. So let me set the scene. So obviously we've turned up now, a
Mm.
little bit late. What do they call it? Fashionably late. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Yeah, a little bit late. We've turned up now, walked into the premises, and
Mm.
you're just seeing, yeah, the
And,
LV logos, all of that stuff. They offer you the champagne and that. You know, you have to say, nah, I'm calm, I'm calm, I'm
like,
calm. They offer you
talks
the
of
snacks. You know, sure they come around with those snacks. They offer you the snacks.
hors d'oeuvres and that.
Nah, 100%. So obviously, to be honest, I didn't even have anything to do there, but we just said, you know what, let's go. See
Mm.
who's there. Let's see who's active. Obviously, it's LV, so you imagine that there's gonna have to be a one, two celebrities here and there.
That's what I'm thinking. What's the have you seen in that?
Sure, we'll get there. We're getting there. But we're getting there. But the thing is, yeah, obviously I didn't know what to expect. Let's just go in it. We'll see what's saying. So obviously
Mm.
went in. When we got in, a couple politicians and them and were saying hello to things Marge,
Yeah.
usual. We
People
had
from
this, yeah. There was this one guy that I think I don't even know who he is. I've forgotten who he is. One really nice guy, and he was kind
mm.
of like showing us around. So we went to
Mm.
one place where like there was going to be like the dance. Imagine, yeah, you walk in. It's kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It was outdoors, but there was
Mm.
buildings, so you could be indoors as well. And there was a bit where there was going to be like the I guess the kind of more the dance floor type area, but that wasn't open yet. But we went there just to see what was
Yeah.
saying, took the pictures and that. Say no more. Now, Sean, at this point, I hadn't clocked anyone that I recognized yet. But I
Mm.
just saw people, you know, I imagine it was going to be like, you know, like the models and all them dons. Like you could see the
Yeah.
people there that I
Yeah.
was like, okay, these dons will definitely be on the ASOS cover a couple times. I think I
Yeah.
recognize you from, yeah, from Boohoo Man. Just
Yeah.
those people there. So, but then obviously, Must have been like, raw. That's the act. She said to me, she was like, raw. That's the actor from Pretty Little Liars. Now I haven't seen Pretty. Have you seen Pretty Little Liars, Sean? I
Mm-mm.
haven't seen it, bro. But she was like, raw. That's the actor from that show. I was like, said, let me search up the thing. Searched it up. It's her, fam.
Okay,
So,
okay.
okay, it said it all, fam. 36 million, fam. 36 million.
Thank
I said,
you.
is it? I said, I think
Yeah.
her name's something Mitchell. So I don't know. Shane
Mm-mm.
Mitchell or something like that. So anyway,
Yeah.
so obviously we did that, but then I clocked that. Well, we clocked that basically there was a certain bit where there was some certain people, bro, like up in the high level. Yeah, there was like a room,
Oh,
and then we clocked, right, that's the VIP section. Say no more. And I clocked one actor there in it from, I don't know
mm-mm.
if you have you seen the Equalizer
Yeah.
with
Which one?
Denzel Washington, the first one.
Oh, I think I had those.
You probably have, but it was time ago. Yeah, you probably have. But anyways, there's one actor in that. I was like, rotted. That's her,
She was in.
Insane. She was there. I could just see her in the room. So we're
Mm,
like, right, we need to get into this room, innit? So obviously, because at this time we went with the Marge, so we
yeah.
reunited with the Marge, and then it was a bit of a fiasco, but we ended up getting into this VIP room, fam. I said, swear.
Yeah.
So this is the VIP spot, Sean.
You're
Say no
amongst.
more. No, Sean, I was one of them, fam. So obviously, I entered the room. The first person I saw when I entered into the room was someone that looked so familiar to me, but I didn't know who it was. I was like, no, this is Jeremy. Who is that?
Mm-mm.
Anyways, after some time, we clocked who it was, Sean. We clocked who it was. It's one actor. Her name's Anna de Armas or something like that. Do you know her? She was in No Time to Die or something like that. You'll probably recognize her face if you were to
I'm bad.
research it.
You can show me a face.
No, 100. If we show you the face, you'll recognize it.
I know.
So she was there chilling, chilling. And then basically, it's even nuts because these places, yeah, they're like it. Basically, they were all chatting in like little groups. So it's a
Mm-mm.
bit weird because basically, in theory, to be in that room, you have to be a someone in it. So it's not like you can be doing the fan thing. You can't be
Yeah.
doing the fan thing at the same time.
Conversations are like, how many millions is it today this week? Okay, send it on, send it on, send it on. I got this one.
Right. But the thing is, it was from like there was some Spanish actors there, there was some American like you could see it was a networking event in it. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? You could see that these one were they were mingling. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
swear, so this would
next week. Next week,
100%.
the
So
trailer
I
will
was
be.
like, swear, this is what these men
Yeah.
are on. Okay, so no more. So obviously now there was a point where I just took a seat. Yeah, I was just absorbing the success in the environment, fam. You know, the ones who just there absorbing. I wasn't
Yeah.
even chatting to anyone. But then I moved to a seat where basically to get into this VIP place, there was like a stairs you get up into the room. At
Mm,
first, I was sitting down looking at the stairs. So anyone that was coming in, I was seeing who was coming in, who was going. But then I
mm,
moved seats so that my back was to the entrance.
mm,
However, there was a window, and because it was getting to nighttime, it was reflecting. So at one
mm.
point, I'm sitting there, Sean, and I just see this light skinned don, like just one light skinned don behind me. I didn't really think too much about it. And then
Mm.
A must have been like, "Raw, that's." She was like, "Raw, that's." And she said that I looked, and he was just like, when I say I was here sitting down, the Donny was like literally just here, fam, just here,
Mm, mm,
because there
mm.
was a mirror and he was just like tiny shoes. Do you know who it was, Sean, fam?
Yeah.
It was Jaden Smith there, fam.
Wait, who?
Jaden Smith,
Jaden Smith.
chilling, fam.
Stop it.
No, Sean, chilling. As in Sean, as in like, you see where you are, right? Like, imagine just right there, he was there chilling.
That
I said,
is crazy,
like
Jay.
Sean, imagine you turn around and you just see James just chilling.
Just chilling.
I said, swear, is that what we're dealing with?
That is mad.
I
That's
said, is
in.
that what we're dealing with? 100. And then some, it's even nuts because Sean, I didn't deep it, yeah. But later on, we found out that there was this one Korean guy called Felix. I have no clue who he is. I'm sure
Mm,
there's
mm,
better
mm.
people that know who he is. But we found out there was someone that A knows that was waiting 12 hours at Parkwell just to see the guy walk past. And he came in today. He was just chilling as well.
Yeah. Nah.
12 hours, Sean.
And these people are just in and
But
amongst it.
100%. But Sean, this is even the point I was going to make with all this, yeah. It's even nuts, yeah. Obviously, it's all cool to go to a party and that. But
Mm.
technically, this is what I was even saying to A. Like, these don't, they're just people, at the same time.
No. Yeah, well, these men are. Don't get me wrong, they've done some very impressive
100%. Like, I have to rate the success in that. But at the end
work.
of, like, Sean, when it all
But
comes down to it,
at the end of the day, if you actually think about it, they're just normal people, like your average Joes. Like, as in, John, we've said it before, mere mortals. Cut us, we bleed the same blood.
the
Yeah,
same blood, bro.
same blood. So, and you know what? Yeah, it's kind of mad that you said about this story because I had a similar experience this weekend as well.
Swear.
Where, well, not a similar experience, but it was. So I talk about that Shits and Gigs podcast.
Yeah.
So, C obviously got me tickets for it to the O. It was at the
It's
first
not my like, Sean.
they had the show at the O2 this weekend.
Right.
So they had the show at the O2 this weekend. I got the tickets in December, so we went to it. And kind of like, even in my head, I was thinking like, walking in, John, I was thinking this is a bit mad because we were in like the O2, outside the O2 bit now. We're outside and I'm seeing the crowds gathering and that. And I'm like, rah, me and these guys listen to these guys
Mm.
Monday, every Thursday. Do you get what I'm saying? And it kind of did make me think, like, even there was a point where there was maybe about, like, for example, one of our videos recently got, I think, about 46 people watched it.
Right.
And there was maybe about 40 to 50 people standing. And I was like, these are heads, John. Like, these are
Now the heads. The heads.
we all listen to the same thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
And as it was building up, John, I'm deep in, raw. There's 15,000 people here ready to watch these, man. And I can't lie, I was thinking, like, it was the point where like John, it was like Drake was here, like it was
Now what?
busy, and I was thinking, nah, surely not, like we're all in this sort of thing together. We all listen. I think podcast because it feels like such a personal thing.
Mm.
The way it's like you're in a conversation, or like you're flying the wall and you're listening to a conversation.
Right.
Realised that there's that many flies on the wall all listening to the same conversation like you're listening to. It was mad. But what was mad about what you're saying now is that when these guys came out, so this was a one-of-one show. So when these guys came out, John, and throughout the entire show, don't get me wrong, they patterned it. Big up to these man, they patterned it. Like they knew what they were doing. But you could tell, like there was times where they were like, "Rah," like we're actually doing O2. Like you could tell there was like points where they were like, yeah, this is mad. Like, as in, there's 15,000 people here ready to watch us. People have flown from New Zealand, from America, from Australia to come and see these guys today. And I think even for them, it was like okay, like this is
100%. And as you said, like they're just normal dons.
because yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could tell it was like, raw. We are literally just two guys that started recording on a sofa, and now you lot, no matter what we say, you will listen to us every single week, week in, week out. And I think that was the point where, even like for me watching it, was like, I can see on their face that they're just like, we're just two normal guys, We don't actually deserve this level of like, we don't need to be put up there the way you lot put us
I
up
hear
there.
it.
People booking flights, John. Flights.
Flights, bro.
Bang.
Did they get like the crowd involved in it, or how do they do the podcast, the
They,
live one?
they planned it. They literally just said, they were like, we're going to be obnoxious for the sake of just being obnoxious. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, not many people get to the position where they get to do this. So
Right.
it's a situation where if you wanted to start using fireworks, we're going to use fireworks. They did fireworks. They did like I don't know, it was one of those shows where it was like, it was just like a child in a
In a
candy store.
candy store. Yeah.
And it's like things that you would never ever get the opportunity to do. So if you
Right.
it, then why not? Do you get what I'm saying? And it was just like, it was literally a podcast. They took us through some same sort of segments they go through on their podcast. They had a few guests in that. They brought out the Darkest Man. They brought out
Okay.
Harry Pinero. They brought out even their producer. His name is Ellis, and he's one of those sort of characters where like people just like rate the guy that's like not. He's literally in the background.
Right.
They nice about how they've gone about their show, in that because they used to speak to the producers and there's only four of them, they started showing their producers' faces. So
Right.
this producer, he's he's a white don, very within himself, like he's not that sort of guy at all. And they asked him to come out on the show, and John, when he came out, you could tell it was a raw. There's even the guys like, people are actually cheering my name, like this is a
Sweat.
yeah, nah, John.
But Sean, this is what I was even nuts, bro. I was saying this to A, like when we're leaving, yeah. I was like, bro, like we need to be the ones that we need to get to the point. No, well, we don't need to, but like it should be us, bro. That at some
No,
point people get to the point where you walk into a room, Sean, and they're like, raw, that's Sean, raw. Do you know what I'm
this,
saying?
This is what I'm saying, John. I don't know, like that. When I went to it, I was watching this and I was just like, this needs to be me and John. I
100%, bro.
don't think you get that, because I was watching them and I was thinking, they can't believe it themselves that they're here. Do
Right.
you know? Sometimes I think, because you look at, like, for example, like a Jaden Smith, for example,
Yeah.
he's now numb to it. Do you get what I'm saying? So
100%.
it comes across as like maybe he thinks that highly of himself, but there was a point where it was the first time. Do you get what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right, right,
Tim
right.
Jaden Smith probably would have been like Karate Kid when he done Karate Kid. He
Yeah,
would have been like raw,
that movie was even that movie was even cold, bro. I watched that one still.
cold. It set him off, but it's now to the point where he's now numb to that level of like attention. Do you get what I'm saying? So it
Right.
looks like he thinks that highly of himself, and probably he might do. But I also think where it's like it's what's it called? What do they say in biology? Habituation.
Right.
After you a repeated stimulus over and over
Just
again,
getting onto it.
you just stop reacting to it. So
No,
for him,
100%.
it's like but
Bro, I was
seeing
even listening to something on this topic, and I was listening to one kind of sermon type thing, and he
yeah,
was
go
saying that
on.
basically everything that's new in your life right now is gonna end up being old. Like if you just get a new car and it's fresh, it's like, I know you like some of you just got your car and it's new, but
Yeah,
trust me, it's gonna end up being old, bro.
yeah,
It
no,
happens with
word,
everything. Could be
word.
with your partner, whoever it is.
Mm,
Everything ends up being old, bro.
yeah,
So
word.
it's even nuts. But I was even Sean, what's your thoughts on fame in general? Like, is it
Uh,
something that you feel like, you're on that? Is it something like, nah, I want to avoid that at all costs? Like, 'cause you know how people. What's your thoughts?
yes, like for me, even for example, when I went to the show, I don't think it's a case of like I want us to get to that level to
Right.
be people flying over from different countries and all that sort of stuff. Like it doesn't, that won't do anything for me. Like fair enough, if you want to listen to it was that bad, cool.
What?
I'm not asking you to do it, but it's like it's a feeling of like you've achieved something in it. Like you've actually what
Right.
you do, you've achieved it. So like for us, for example, our the what's it with everything there's like a scale of like achievement, and for podcasts, it's usually the number of people that listen to you correlates to how well you're doing.
Right.
For example, for example, these lot, yeah, they I think it's quite a big risk, you know, the fact that they booked the O2, like I don't know what shows they've done before. I think they had done some shows before, but not on that scale.
How many say 15 bags?
I think it was 15 to 20 bags,
It's even
but
nuts.
as heads. If you think about it, the fact that they've done that when they because I think even unrelated or similar related but kind of different. I was listening to the Chunks and Philly podcast, and these lot have a charity match. It's what's the group called?
The sidemen, not the
No, no,
sidemen. The beta squad.
Beta Squad, and you know like Kai Cenat and all these sort of man.
Oh,
These
the
they've
what are
got
they
like
called now? Oh my days, I should know this. But yeah, I know you're talking about.
yeah, they've got like a charity football game, and they didn't think they'd sell out the stadium for the charity game as quick as they did. So they booked a stadium, which was it was quite small basically, and they thought, oh, maybe within 2 days we might sell out the stadium, sort of thing. And within like the first hour, like 4 times the amount of people that they even thought were trying to get tickets. And I was
100%,
like, right,
bro.
do you get what I'm
100%.
saying? So that's like when it gets to that point, it's like raw. So these guys doing the O2, I would have been shook just saying I'm doing the O2, one of one show.
Mm,
They could have put up the tickets and no one could have come to watch it.
100%.
You get
How
what I'm
much do you
saying?
reckon it costs to rent out the O2? Let me even check.
I don't know if they were bantering because they'll throw numbers about, you know, they'll throw numbers about the entire time. But I think they said the show cost three mil to do. I think it's like three and a
No
half, three
way.
to do.
No, or sure, no way.
Yeah,
Ah, wait, I don't know.
because I don't
Doesn't
think
really fully. It doesn't say it so clearly, bro. Like, just give me the
all,
number.
all,
That's
all
not. Sean,
like
that's not 3 mils.
3 mil because all the pyrotechnics and all this sort of stuff.
Right.
It costs bread. So when I was there, I was watching them jump, and I was just thinking, there's no reason why that can't be me. Like genuinely, like these lot, like, and I think sometimes people really underestimate the power of consistency because these lot, John, they stuck to it. I think obviously even in the show, they were saying things they probably don't say to everyone else, like exclusives and stuff like that. But they were saying stuff like it was like obviously they've been doing it for maybe 2 years before they started earning a penny from it.
Right.
John, that is, I don't think people understand what it takes to give 2 years of your life to something. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's actually not a joke. Like, 2 years is the point where you're potentially not ever going to get anything from this, but you're just like so. That's why I stick by. It has to be something you love. It can't be
Right.
something you're doing for a monetary gain straight away because these sort of things do not come to fruition straight away. And
How old are these man?
they're in their 30s. They started this John when they were like 29.
Swear.
It's mad. It's mad. When I think
They've
about
been doing it for time, bro.
they've been doing it for time, but it was there's not like it wasn't an industry plant where it was like, oh, these lot had money to begin with. John, on the sofas, they were saying in COVID, they were having one of them was having to drive up to his boy's yard in COVID through the back alley routes, country lanes, and all that because obviously COVID and that when he was driving around. And so there was times they had to record 10 episodes in a day because he wasn't sure the next time he was going to be able to come up from London to Birmingham. So he had to record like 10 episodes
Nuts, bro.
on one day, and they do back to back to back to back to back, release, 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 release. And obviously, then they had to stop doing that because it was not topical, it wasn't relatable. Because obviously, it'd be better videos. But even they said within those 10 videos that they did, they only got like I think it was like on average 11 views per video, and he drove
Swear.
up. Do you know what I'm saying? If you go on those videos now, so it will be millions and millions and millions of people that watched it only now because they've blown up later on. Do you get what I'm saying? But they said
Swear.
I think they even said at one of those points that when they look back at it, they were like, "Why the hell did we do that? I came all this way to record 10 videos, and across all of them, it was like 11 views per video." Do you get what I'm saying? So, when I was watching these lot, yeah, I was watching in their eyes that they're like, "Raw, we made it!" Like I think you might have even seen it when Dave was doing his tour. I think it was maybe like a year ago
Right.
points where people were recording Dave were like he's having his I made it moment on stage where like he's actually looking around and thinking,
Rotted 100%.
yeah, people are singing my songs.
100%. 100%.
So I think that moment when people have that and people see it, it's like it's I can't even it's not even like grateful isn't even the word for it because it's like it finally paid off. Like you know, it's
100%.
like and breathe. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it worked out, sort of thing. But not everyone's got the patience for it. So when I was seeing that, it just made me motivated. I was thinking,
Nah, then he left there with plans, bro. He left there with plans.
yes. I was like, this is actually manually possible. Like I've seen these lot, even to the point where like you can see when the Harry Pinera's coming on stage and Darkest Man and all these lot, like you see these lot on stage as well. They weren't even perfect the way they were doing it. Even when I was watching Harry and Darkest Man, these lot were fumbling certain lines and all that sort of stuff. But for some reason, because the way social media is now, these lot have editors that will cut, chop this, that,
Right.
and look crisp. But they're mere mortals, John. Mere
Mere,
mortals.
no, sure. Mere, when is it? Mere mortals.
No.
Mere.
So I can't even imagine for you how it felt seeing like even just Jaden Smith just there. Tighten your shoelace out.
Nah, he was just tying, he was just looking at himself in the mirror. He
He's
just
got
he was doing a, wait, and he just cut.
he's got to tie the same shoelaces that we've got to tie. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%, bro.
Might be
100%.
LV ones, but they're still shoelaces at the end of the day. Do you get what I'm saying? So
100%, bro. And it's
it's
even, I can't lie, it's even nuts. It helped me to, even though it's not like it wasn't like a nuts thing. Like I didn't really even chat to these man. I probably should have, to be honest. But it was just like a rotted. You know what? I need to pattern up
yeah,
because
no,
these times, I should be invited into here. Like obviously we've got invited. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
They should be inviting me. Obviously not now, and that's not at the same time. It's like the goal isn't that I want to be invited to LV parties. That's not even that deep.
yeah,
But
no,
it's the idea that hang on. It's just I think the biggest idea is that hang on. These dons are normal dons, you know. Do
yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like these dons, and I was even deep in this as well, Sean. Like, bro, I was chatting to A. I was like, right, do you reckon you can pay to get into this? You can pay to get into these into this party. It's just that no, you can't pay to get in. Like you just have to get invited directly. I'm just
mm,
deep in. Okay, cool. So there's people that were invited directly, and then there was the VIP section, bro.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like, raw. Like I'm deep in that. Hang on a second. Like, what is the difference? If I'm here, do you get like, what's the difference? Do you see
I
what
was,
I'm saying?
even when you said it, I was even thinking like the fact you've even been invited to the LV party, you should be VIP anyway.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to
The
say.
VIP within an LV party. Do you know how
100%. That's I was thinking. Swear, we went up there. The bars there. This slapping the champagnes and that. These times, but I'm just thinking, right, Sean. Like, what even is that? It's just
Mm,
eye opening. It's just eye opening event more than anything, innit? It's just a
nah,
more
for
eye opening thing to say, you know, there's work to be done in it. There's
nah,
work
there's
to be done.
real. There's work to be done, and it's a case of like yeah, to your 20s. Obviously, some people get it earlier, but I think your
Right.
20s is there's time. There's
Mm,
time, like there's time to be utilized properly, and if you utilize it
true.
properly, stick with something.
We've got 7 years of grinding before we hit 30, bro.
Grind.
Six 7 years of
I
grinding
was even
before we hit
thinking
30.
these like 30s now, John. They're chilling. He
Yeah.
like literally to the point. Oh, John, when I tell you, I used to tell you this when we first started recording.
Right.
When I think these lot used to like the guy called James John. He used to honestly like it was real the way
Is
he
he
was.
the, is he the light one?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was real the way he was talking about how much he hated his day to day job.
Hmm.
And he said there was that harsh reality where he said to himself, where him and his boy at work used to be like, oh, if we pattern this, I think it was recruiting sort of thing. He was like, oh, we can get to London, we can start earning maybe about like 100K in that. Cool. And he said his dream was to buy his dad an Aston Martin.
Right.
And he because his dad loves Aston Martins and his dad doesn't really like his dad was like fairly well off. He was like, there's nothing I can really give my dad that he's going to be like gassed about apart from that.
Right.
It was that harsh reality when his brother said, even if you end up in a situation where you're earning 100 bags in London doing this, how much is an Aston
That's the
Martin?
man.
It was
100.
like 200 bags, and he
Yeah.
said, so you would have to save. This is imagining that there's no tax. You'd have to save up for 2 years before
100%.
you could buy your dad, not even yourself, an Aston Martin. And I think it was that he said there was that moment where he realised that this is never going to happen.
It's not a
And
pattern. Yeah.
this is before the podcast even blew up, John, when he was saying this on the podcast, saying it's never ever going to happen where I'm going to be able to do this. Like I think I'm never actually ever going to be able to buy my dad an Aston Martin with the money that even if I get the best job that I'm currently in. So I think we keep saying it, and it's become like a recurring thing where we say, obviously, there is just no job that you cannot earn an incredible living from. And seeing these guys, I think watching it themselves, thinking we're literally just doing a podcast, in the O2, and everyone's watching us. Like,
100.
what's the big deal, sort of thing. But here they are. So I'm looking at it now, John.
Life has to get patterned, bro. Has to
It
get
has
patterned.
has to, yeah,
Has to get patterned, bro. 100.
quickly.
My word. I'm even gonna hop off. I need to pattern a quick 1-2, 1-2.
Nah, say no more. But yeah, nah, we'll touch base again. To be fair, what you said
Tomorrow's even a pattern, bro. Tomorrow's a pattern.
tomorrow's apparent. Let's
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Say no more, fam.
Say no more. I'll
In a
catch you
bit,
later.
bro. In a bit.
In a bit.